The partnership is over between Amazon and Venmo, which of course immediately halted the PayPal run and sent the stock lower. So let's talk about exactly what's going on with this, but more importantly, how it's going to affect the stock price, and I think my answer is actually going to surprise you guys today. So make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype. I'm sorry guys, I know sometimes you guys give me some heat about the fact that I'm not always ultra bullish on everything Tesla does, for example. Sometimes I think some things aren't as great as other folks think, and that's okay. Sometimes we're going to disagree, sometimes I'm going to be right, sometimes other folks are going to be right. The good news is I'm a shareholder, so if I happen to be a little bit bearish on something and I happen to be wrong, I'm still a winner in the end. So all I'm trying to do, guys, is give you honest and truthful information. That's it. And that's the reason why sometimes some of my material comes across as a little bit bearish whenever I'm actually bullish on the stock. I just know from doing this for more than 20 plus years, there's never been a single company in the history of the world where everything that they do is great and going to be a huge success and send it to the moon. I just know that's not the case. And so that's the reason why a lot of times I can't come across that way. So I apologize, but I don't know how else to do it outside of giving you guys the truth. And speaking of the truth, I believe everybody can retire early and have financial freedom. So if you want control over your life, I'll show you the very real alternative to achieve financial freedom in early retirement at my new channel, which just check out the pinned comment down there, guys. It'll be pinned right down there, and you can go over there, check it out, and get content, everything you ever wanted to know about early retirement and financial freedom. All right, so here's the release in case you guys haven't read it yet. There's not a lot to it. And this right here is from Venmo's website where it talks about using Venmo on Amazon. Due to recent changes, Venmo can no longer be added as a payment method. Venmo will remain available to users who currently have it enabled in their Amazon wallet until the 10th of January 2024. And guys, there really isn't a whole lot of information, official information being given pretty much beyond that. And of course, the stock traded down. And I heard a little bit of commentary. It wasn't a lot, but a little bit basically kind of saying that, hey, looks like management's already misstepping. Looks like they're already having problems. And I don't really agree with that take. I just view it a little bit differently. And let me explain why it'll make a lot more sense. Now, to be completely upfront and transparent with you guys, this is all speculation. Those guys that were saying that are speculating. I'm speculating right now. Other people on YouTube are speculating as well at this stage. So anybody saying they have inside information or they know, or, this is what's happening. This is what's happening over here. I know that's what's happening over there. No, they don't. Nobody knows unless you happen to be in the room, in the C-suite there in PayPal. You don't know what the heck's going on with all this, or Amazon. You don't know what the heck's going on with all that sort of stuff. So this is all speculation right here. However, I think there's some very, very valid points that I can pull from all this that really seem to make a lot of sense. So let's talk about those next. So the big point right here that I want to make is that this has Alex Chriss written all over it. The reason why I'm saying that is based upon what he said in the earnings call. And that's why listening to earnings calls is so key. I hate to tell you guys, most of the analysts don't listen to the earnings calls. Definitely the MSNBC folks and all the other folks on CNBC and all those other contributors and everybody else. A lot of those guys do not listen to the actual earnings calls. They just give hot takes on various stocks and all the other things like that. They possibly can't in most cases because they're giving hot takes on hundreds of stocks every week and some stuff like that. So they're not listening to the earnings call. But that's why listening to these earnings calls are so important, because this right here, this situation with Venmo and Amazon aligns perfectly with exactly what Alex said on the earnings call. He said he wanted to eliminate a lot of the low margin deals and go to higher margin, higher quality deals in the future. And guess what? Amazon intentionally didn't go with PayPal, who has a far larger base than Venmo does, simply because Venmo is a heck of a lot cheaper. The fee for Venmo in regards to how much they'll get to keep versus Amazon is a lot cheaper. Amazon gets to keep a lot more in regards to going with Venmo versus PayPal, despite the fact PayPal would have brought them actually more users who would have used the service even more. And I'm not sure we know the exact rate that Amazon negotiated, but because it was the prior management team who just cared about growing and nothing else, they didn't really worry about margins or anything else like that. It might have been not just a regular Venmo deal. It may have been a bad Venmo deal in order to kind of get their name out there on Amazon. Amazon may have leveraged them into taking an even lower cut than what they already take. So to me, this aligns perfectly with Alex's statement that he's wanting to eliminate those low margin deals. So maybe he wanted to change the deal. Maybe he said, we are changing the deal next time it renews and we're increasing the rate. Who knows? But it aligns perfectly with wanting to get out of those type of deals, those types of transactions. He was very, very, very specific over and over and over again that we're not just going to grow PayPal to just grow at all cost. He was very, very much focused on quality and high margins and not just growth for the sake of growth. So if this Amazon deal wasn't making a whole lot of money, or if it actually was losing money in some cases, by the time they paid everything out and everything kind of was, the bottom line got there and there wasn't a whole lot of meat left on that bone, if any meat left on that bone, it absolutely makes sense that this would have been one of the deals that was on the chopping block and they went on ahead and pulled the trigger immediately. I think we can all agree Alex has not wasted any time coming in and completely kind of shaking up PayPal, dumping everything upside down. I mean, they've changed management team. I'm talking high level management team members repeatedly over and over and over again. And according to a lot of internal reports, there's been a lot of changes internally as well that have already happening. So he's not wasting time. He's not goofing around. He is making changes immediately. Again, I know it's speculation, but this falls right in line with exactly what his vision was. And I don't think this is the last time we're going to see some things like this get nixed or kind of go away there in the future. So what does this mean for the stock price? So to kind of answer that question, we have to go back to the earnings call again and remember exactly what he said. Alex said the turnaround is going to take multiple quarters, which basically means we got to take some steps back in order to take some steps forward. So I immediately interpreted that when I heard it as there's going to be some pain that is coming, but that's part of the turnaround play as he moves forward. So I immediately took it as, boy, there's going to be some things that are going to be viewed as step backs. There's going to be some things that are going to create some pain in the company themselves as they kind of do this turnaround, as they kind of try to turn the ship in a completely different direction. Remember, they're not doing a little halfway turnaround. He is coming in and shaking up the entire business. So short term, it may very well hurt the stock, and anybody who's out there telling you that losing this partnership is no big deal and it's just who cares, or we didn't need Amazon anyways, or any other goofiness like that, simply has no idea how business works. Even if that partnership was a net loser in the end, you still want to have a partner like Amazon and try to negotiate that thing up further, or maybe it creates another avenue there in the future. You can't just get rid of a partnership like that and then pretend like, oh, everything's cool, we're actually better off now. Now, long term, depending upon what the vision is, it might very well improve things. But in the short term, you can't say it's not a negative there, and it's definitely something that's going to not hurt the stock in the short term. Again, his vision is to completely revamp the company, which means you have to accept some pain. And sometimes it's going to be a partnership like this that is a great partnership, but hey, maybe we got to go back square one. Maybe PayPal comes in and PayPal themselves is a more direct partner in the future. Who knows at this stage? But all I know is if you're revamping the company, there's going to be some pain. When you revamp an entire business that's as large as PayPal is, you're not going to expect everything to just be rosy and great. And hey, we're just going to revamp this thing, turn it all upside down, and then, hey, next quarter to the moon. It's just not how these type turnarounds work. So I definitely view this as kind of a, hey, they're taking a step back in order to make that giant leap forward later on. So short term, a lot of pain, right? Maybe not a lot of pain because it's had so much pain. Maybe Wall Street won punishment too much harder there. But long term, I think it could be a significant gain, especially if he can execute to his full vision over the course of the next few quarters. So for me, I'm kind of reserving judgment on it, but these are kind of my quick thoughts on it. This is kind of, and I understand it's speculative. I know that, and I apologize in advance for that. But I wanted to make sure I gave you guys my thoughts out there on it because this was kind of some big news that kind of dropped late this week, and I wasn't able to get it in the video. So I wanted to make sure I got it into a video for you guys now. And remember, if you wanted to be able to ask me about this as soon as it happened in real time, which is exactly what happened to my group, make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and sign up for a membership for our group where you can take 5 courses for free. You can use our stock analyzer tool for free. You can be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there. You can slide into my DMs and ask me about PayPal or jump on our live Q&As and ask about it. I do 3 to 5 exclusive videos every week just simply for group members. There's all kinds of things going on and more things coming next year. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.